Next week is a big game for you. Go back to Lubbock. What does it mean to get a chance to play them? I know it's a little ahead, but what does it mean to get a chance to play them?
I mean, when a player plays against his old team, you know, they always got some, like a little chip on their shoulder. But honestly, I'm just trying to help my team win, trying to get back on the winning streak. So I'm really not too big on it, but it's on my mind a little bit, I guess.
What was the decision process? Why leave? Why come here?
Because I originally went to Tech because of Coach Beard, and once he left, I just figured I should leave too, because he had a specific plan for me. So once he left, I felt like I should just leave too.
In choosing to come here, you mentioned a plan from Coach Beard. Did Coach Boynton kind of sell you with having a plan for you here?
Yeah, actually, Coach Boynton, he recruited me during my high school years. We had a good relationship. And once I entered the portal, he hopped on me very quick, so I just felt comfortable with him because I knew him for a very long time.
When he had recruited you, had you visited the campus or anything, or was it not until you were in the portal?
In terms of visits, it was all virtual. I never really came to Oklahoma State until I got here officially as a student athlete.
What do you think it'll be like going against Coach Beard on Saturday?
Yeah, he always coaches his team well. They're going to play hard, but we do the same thing, so we ready.
You saw Bryce Thompson the other night play against his former team. Is there anything to take from that, or conversations to have with him?
Yeah, it's just keep a level head. Don't think about it too much. Just play your game.
I know it's a different team, of course, with him at Texas now, but what do you think are some of the things that kind of define Coach Beard as far as how he coaches his team?
They run a lot of motion offense, a lot of screens. They like to take charges. And they versatile. They like to switch 1 through 5 sometimes. So, yeah.
Of the two of you, who do you think jumps higher?
Me?
I think I jump higher. He dunks it harder though. Yeah, he dunks it harder for sure.
Tyreek, when you looked at this team last year, and you're playing in Tech, after Mike had recruited you, and then you get in the portal, was this a team that kind of jumped out to you quickly?
Honestly, not really. Once I hit the portal, as I said, Coach Mike hit me up. But a lot of players hit me up too, like Keelan Boone, Avery Anderson. I've been on him since I was like 15. Chris Harris, Icy from Dallas. So I already knew a lot of people here, and it kind of just felt like home before I even got here.
Of those guys, who made the best pitch to get you here?
Probably Chris Harris.
How did he sell you?
Because it's closer to home. He said we play fast. I fit in well. Athletic team. I was like, that's my type of team.
Did you know them mostly from AAU, or how had you met them in high school?
Yeah, mostly from AAU, and just being around the same area, the Dallas area.
How do you feel like you fit in and found your role?
I kind of got that role as being the energy guy, trying to get the rebounds, block the shots, and just guarding people.
Hey man, what have you thought about your season at this point? It seems like you might have started a little slow, but you're kind of picking it up as you go.
Yeah, definitely a slow start to the year. I feel like the past, like I found a good, nice role at Cleveland State and Houston. I was on a good path, and we're just looking to pick up. We had a tough loss a couple of days ago against Kansas, but I'm just looking to carry that momentum going into Texas and going forward.
I know one of the things that Coach Boynton has talked about is how this year he doesn't need anybody to be Cade Cunningham. He said it's just important that everybody has their own role and contributes. How are you kind of approaching that and finding your own role on the team this year?
No, definitely. Just exactly that. We obviously don't have a Cade this year, but I feel like everyone's just kind of finding their role and trying to thrive at their role. So whether that's scoring one night, rebounding one night, bringing energy one night, you just have to excel at that role whenever it's asked upon you. So
17 games left to play for you in this kind of role that you're fitting into. Where do you feel like you have to get to that come the end of, or first week of March, you're feeling like you've grown this season?
Really, I just really want to improve individually all aspects. Free throw shooting, scoring in the paint, just become more efficient. Continue becoming a better passer and just a better overall leader. And I just want all that to contribute to winning at the end of the year. So that's pretty much it. Just win.
I mean, how much time do you spend watching film?
It's been a lot. That's probably one of the areas I've grown in the most. Just going upstairs, getting comfortable with the coaches, just watching film, whether that's even just on my own, just going back home and putting film on my TV, going through scouts, stuff like that. So I spent a lot of time.
I mean, what does Ice mean to this team?
Oh, he's the heart and soul of this team. He's our leader. He's been our leader. You know, he's the voice when, you know, things are tough. When things are going well, you always gonna hear Ice. He's never just gonna shut down and be quiet. So he's definitely a heart and soul of this team.
When he played like they did the other night, aggressive, took 15 shots, did what he did all over the court. How important is that for you guys? What does that do for you guys?
No, that's definitely something to build off of. That's probably one of the best we've seen Ice play in a while. So if he keeps playing like that, just keep being aggressive in transition and scoring at the rim, that's a tough Ice to deal with, and that makes it easier for all of us. You know, it makes it gets us better shots. Guys have to step in and try to block his driving lane, so it's just better for all of us. You know?
When Ice is playing like that and takes his 15 attempts, how does that change the offense for everyone else? I mean, whether it's guards like Avery and Rondell or for you guys?
Like I said, it just makes it easier. It just gets us all better shots. He's pushing the transition. We can get Musa lob. We can get open shots, open kickouts, better layups. It just makes everybody's job easier to score. So,
Tyreek, I know you were obviously not here last year, and they had Cade, but how important was Ice when you're scouting OSU from afar?
We kind of figured he was the leader of the group, so I don't know. We just had to like try to contain him because he do everything. He could rebound, he could post up with smaller guards. Great passer, great defensive player. We just had to contain him really.
Has he kind of lived up to that now that you've been around him for a few months now and been on the team?
Most definitely.
What stood out to you about him when you actually get to be around him as much as you are?
Just his feel for the game. Sometimes he be sounding like a coach as a college player. It's kind of impressive. That's what stood out to me, just how well he knows the game at such a young age.
Is there any certain example or moment you can think of when he really showed that coach-like ability so far?
This morning in film, he had pointed something out. Even the coach was like, I ain't even think of that. You know the game.
How similar do you think you and Ice's game are? This hadn't hit me till this year, but you're kind of more forward first, he's kind of more guard first, but it feels like you guys do a lot of the similar things.
No, I've definitely heard that before. I feel like we definitely play similar. We're both, you know, transition oriented, good in transition. I'm obviously a little taller than him, but we definitely have similar games. Both still working on our shots, but yeah, definitely a lot similar.